Tyree Thompson underwent surgery.
Yeah, Tyree hurt his foot. He should be out for a little bit here. He won't be with us at the beginning of the season, and we'll just see how his recovery goes.
Is there a week's timetable for on that one?
There's no timetable right now, so
Okay.
he won't be ready at the beginning of the year. So.
Okay. With him and KLS down, how does that impact the linebacker situation?
You just go with the guys you got. So we feel like we've got good depth there, and we'll continue to develop those guys. So they both play different positions. One's an inside, one's an outside. So it doesn't really affect if there was another outside linebacker were to go down, then that would be a little bit different. But it's one inside, one outside, and we just got to rely on the other guys that are at those positions.
How has Javari Anderson looked so far?
Javari's had a nice game. He's done a nice job, so it's good to have him back right around full speed.
What about John Ward and the younger guys coming in?
John's doing a nice job too. He came in, he got the jump because he got here for the last part of spring ball, so he had 9 practices with us. So, he's not technically a true freshman because he went through part of the spring with us. So I know that really helped him, and it was beneficial for him to get in early. So he would be ahead of the kids that just got here in June, just because he got here in April. So John's doing a nice job also.
You project him more inside or outside?
We haven't. He's playing both, so we'll see where he fits in as this thing starts to shake itself out.
Looks like Josh Kelly's progressing in his recovery.
Yeah, Josh doing a nice job.
With Colson Yankoff, was there a sense that Washington had any input as far as blocking his transfer?
Yeah, they have all the input, so it's up to the school that you come from. So they blocked it, so there's nothing we really have. Our hands are tied from that situation.
Is that disappointing that they wouldn't let him after he already sat out a year?
That's a question for them, not us. So.
But as his coach and not able to have him available
I
this
think
year.
everybody should be available, so we don't block anybody. That's just our school rule and our policy. So, that's a question for Washington, not us. So.
Can UCLA appeal to the NCAA to try to?
I don't think, from my understanding, I think you can, but they always side with the school. So.
The Rams and the Chargers have held joint practices, and I think the Rams also did with the Raiders. There's a point to this. Would you ever consider doing something like that with SC or another college?
You can't do it.
Oh, if they ever made that, the NCAA ever made that legal, would that be something that would benefit you?
There's a lot of things if the NCAA made legal we would consider, but it's not, so we don't think about it. Colleges can't practice with each other. The pros can, and I'd love it when we were in the pros, but you can't do it in college. So.
Would it break up the monotony of like a month of just amongst yourselves type stuff?
Sure. Going to a Broadway play would break up the monotony. You can't do either. So we're not going to get on a plane and fly to New York City, and we can't scrimmage with another school. So we try to concentrate on what we're supposed to concentrate on. So we don't sit there and sit in staff meetings and says, hey, come up with an idea that's going to break the monotony. Hey, let's go to Hawaii for 4 days. Great. But that's not, I think we enjoyed practices together when we were in the National Football League. I think your roster's a little bit different and you get some good quality work. But again, you also play 4 preseason games in the National Football League. So you have 4 scrimmages, basically. So you don't have that in college either. So that's just part of the differences between the program and the college game. So.
Has Sean Ryan primarily been used as a tackle at this point?
Yeah, Sean's playing tackle right now.
Is he competing with Alec Anderson for that starting spot at left tackle?
He's competing with himself. So that's like all our players are doing right now. So Sean's doing a really good job, and obviously was really well coached coming out of high school. But we don't have anybody to compete with anybody. They're all competing with themselves to get better every day, and that's what Sean's done since he's been coached.
Have you, as a coaching staff, had fun with Wade Lees? Because I imagine he's older than some of the assistants.
Yeah, well, we don't hang out with him, so I don't know what you mean by that. We enjoy him on the field, and I think the one thing Wade brings is a sense of maturity. He's got obviously a different background than a lot of kids. You look at him in Flintoff. Flint's going into his second year of college, and Wade's 30. So there's a wealth of experience he can bring. He's in every facet. He's got an undergraduate degree. He already has a master's degree. He's working on a second master's degree. So I think he's got the academic side of it really in perspective too. So I think his maturity has really helped, especially with the other specialists.
How's he looked as far as his punting?
He's done a nice job. So we're excited to continue to see where we are. It's been a lot of technique and fundamentals so far in terms of teaching schemes and things like that up front. But Wade's done a nice job hitting the football.
What have you thought of the tight end group this training camp? The tight ends.
What about them?
Yeah. What have you thought about the way they've progressed?
We got a lot of them, and they're all doing a really nice job. So there's 6 or 7 guys rolling through there, and all of them have improved since day one. So the whole group: Jordan Wilson, Devin, Greg Dulcich, Mike Martinez, Prevey, Lynchy. You know, there's a few different guys there. A lot of depth at that position right now, so we're pleased with what those guys are doing.
Matt Lynch's transition, have you been happy with that?
Yeah, really. He's done a nice job. He's worked really, really hard at it. You know, the ultimate compliment he would play is he really looks like a tight end right now. He doesn't look like a quarterback playing another position. He looks like a tight end, and he fits in really well with that group. And he's always been really sharp. Now it was just learning the techniques, and you know, always knew what the tight end did, but the techniques and nuances of the position, and he's really starting to pick those up. So.
If Colson gained eligibility for the season, how much do you think he would be able to contribute? Would that
I
be?
don't. Well, he doesn't have eligibility, so we don't sit in the staff room and say, "What if this happened?" You know what I mean? It's just we don't deal with that. We're just, what if we can scrimmage against another team? We can't do that. And if a kid's academically, if a kid's ruled ineligible, then he's ruled ineligible. So we don't sit in staff meetings and say, "What if this happened?" So it's unfortunate for Colson, you know, but that's not kind of how we look and approach things. So.